Dollars are being left on the table by Nebraskans.
It's money earmarked by lawmakers for property tax credit relief that people simply aren't claiming. As KETV Investigates discovered, certain parts of the metro are missing out more than others.
And with only a week left to file your taxes, Bill Shammert has a story you need to watch.
You are welcome to Open on LB 388.
It's an investigation sparked by renewed debate.
We're providing property tax relief, but only for people who itemize, who have accountants, who actually know it's there.
To start, let's go to the basics. The property tax credit for tax year 2023 allows Nebraskans to get a 30% refund on property taxes paid to schools and community colleges.
Yeah, what the state of Nebraska is doing is giving them a credit against their state income taxes for the property taxes they paid at the local level.
When you file your taxes, you get that added to your refund or deducted from what you owe. According to the Nebraska Department of Revenue, Nebraskans have missed out on more than $400 million in the last 3 tax seasons.
We really want people to apply for this property tax credit. The legislature's passed these. It's something they want. We want people to claim those.
We reached out to the Department of Revenue to get the data broken down by school districts. KETV Investigates discovered many homeowners are not getting their money. Let's look at the differences just right here in the metro. Out in Elkhorn, 36% of property tax credits have gone unclaimed. In Millard, that number rises to 50%. As for Omaha Public Schools, 67% of homeowners aren't claiming credits that are rightfully theirs. Of the 244 districts in Nebraska, that number right there is the 4th highest.
There's, I think, long been some concerns with this particular credit about whether or not taxpayers in Nebraska are going to know to claim it on their income taxes, because it's tricky, right?
But how big of a deal is it? We combine census data with Nebraska's property tax information. In Douglas County, the median home value is about $230,000. Of that, the average person pays 2.2% a year in property taxes. More than half, about 60%, goes to schools and community colleges, so it's eligible for that rebate. When you crunch the numbers, that's an average of $900 a year people are missing out on.
But I think there's a lot of folks who may not have all of the pieces of information or supports in their tax preparation to know to claim the credit.
Rebecca Firestone with Open Sky Policy says their group doesn't have good data on the why, but that there seems to be an urban-rural divide.
In some school districts, property owners may be much more aware about what they're paying in property taxes.
And the numbers aren't getting much better. Across Nebraska, 37% of credits went unclaimed in 2020. A year later, it was 28%, and last year, also 28%. But there is good news. You can file adjustments to claim any credits you might have missed.
It's really a simple process. You just merely fill out property tax credit amendment form and submit that to the Department of Revenue.
All that documentation can be found online. We'll have a link at KETV.com. The current property tax debate does include a measure that would front load the rebate. That means you wouldn't claim a credit when you file your taxes. Your property tax would naturally be lowered based on the amount schools request. We'll continue to track its progress in the unicameral. Bill Shammert, KETV, Newswatch 7.